Give it to her, she can run it.
Yeah, well, I said, whatever, I know she's.
Oh, yeah.
You got her.
Oh.
Okay.
Are we live, good to go?
We're live.
Oh, we are?
We are live.
Okay. All right, good evening. I'd like to call this evening's meeting of Austin Borough Council to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, remove hats. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Roll call, Rhonda?
Income Ryan.
Here.
Scott Hostetler.
Here.
Jesse Maloney.
Here.
Mayor Jim Setzer.
Here.
Melissa Lightly. Jennifer Lightly. Matt Nichols.
Here.
Jen Jean Inman.
Here.
Thomas Herb.
Did
No. Leah Kyle. No.
She did.
Okay. All right. Real quick before we get into the agenda, Senate Bill 1150 did pass. It's now sitting with the Local Government Committee. Before we get into it, I would like if somebody could kindly make a motion to add or adjust, I should say, the wastewater treatment plant bid to a discussion, not an opening. If someone could make that motion to adjust the agenda accordingly, and I'll explain when we get there if this passes.
Under the new business.
Yes, under new business.
I'll make a motion to change that to a discussion from an open new bids.
Thank you, Amanda. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. So this will be a discussion, and I'll explain when we get to new business. All right. Minutes for approval.
And the reason you mentioned Senate 1150 is because that allowed
That
to
is-
happen just
yeah.
what happened,
So
correct? Just for the record and for,
that is the amendment to be able to amend minutes and agendas at the time of meeting prior to the full agenda.
correct, right?
This is why we were urging everyone to contact Senator Dush to not vote yay on it. It unfortunately passed, and it now sits with the House Local Government Committee.
Okay,
Yeah, so go call Representative Causer. Otherwise, we won't be able to do this if something urgent comes up, which it did this afternoon. Rhonda, we need to correct road resurfacing project. It was 5 bids received, not 4. That was my mistake. And the multimodal fund grant closes July 31st. It opened actually May. The one that opened July 1st is the Main Street Matters grant. Anyone want to make a motion with those corrections? Or any other corrections?
motion we accept them with corrections of the 5 bids and the
Grant
date.
dates.
Yeah, the grant dates change.
Thank you, Scott. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Matt. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright, treasurer's report, dated June 30th, 2026.
At what point are you gonna read the,
After it's approved.
okay.
I'm just making sure everything looks right here. Anyone wanna make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Matt. Second? I'm still reviewing. Oh, hello. I have a motion on the table. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jesse. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay, motion carries. Borough maintenance report, Kurt apologizes he cannot be here this evening. He is stuck in Olean. He did ask me to let everyone know that Soup Coat will be here Friday the 17th. And so that will go up on the Facebook page as a reminder. That was all he had though, quickly for me.
And just to that, I had reached out to Suco and asked why there was a delay, and basically at that time they were saying they would set a truck. All they needed to know was when we were ready. So I then brought Kurt into the conversation. She was pushing for the 26th, I think originally, and then it was to the 2nd. Kurt didn't like the 2nd, I believe, because it was the garbage day, but I didn't like the 2nd because of the upcoming weekend that we had. So the last I knew, it was set for July 10th, which would be Friday, but obviously it's been moved again. And did he elaborate on the reason for the movement? Was at our request or theirs?
All he told me was that Soup Coat's coming next Friday, and I said the 17th, and he confirmed the 17th.
Okay.
So there was no further discussion regarding that.
Okay.
Okay. Correspondence. There is one correspondence.
Did you skip bills to approve?
I did? Oh, I am so sorry. Bills to be approved for payment. I apologize. Thank you, Amanda, for catching that.
Do you have a subscription to the Potter Leader?
Yeah, online version. There you go. say, I don't.
I don't either. I don't.
Yeah, I was
Uh-uh.
confused. Is that just so we can check to see if our stuff's on there, like when we, okay,
Okay.
that's my reasoning.
Checks and balances. Alright,
Right.
motion?
This 30,000 for generator, that hasn't been paid out yet, right?
No,
It's just
no,
approved,
no,
but
no.
nothing's paid out yet.
It's accrued, it
They're
is,
still waiting on bids and stuff, or what?
I'll get to that when we talk about the bids, yeah. We finally are getting motion on that though, so. But no, that is not due immediately. That is all grant funded money. So. Any motions, or do you guys need a little more time? I'm sorry, it is
Motion.
hot in here,
I make a
so-
motion to approve the bill.
I'll second.
Thank you, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Amanda did. Any nays? Alright, motion carries. On to correspondence. There is one correspondence, I'm not going to read it, cause it pertains directly to me, so, Matt, would you mind reading it?
To all council members, I would like to address the council in person, but I am away for family events. I would like to continue the conversation I started last council meeting in June before I was interrupted by President Jen Dean and Meyer questioning as to what I've done while I was on council. Please respond following public to be aware of. A visit to the March minutes showing that the council did, in fact, not only vote on Jen and then going to the Hershey conference, but that the borough was to fully fund her trip. If the council did not vote on fully funding her trip, then how will the funds be reimbursed? Back to the borough's accounts. All three were debated from and in what timely manner would this take place. Number 3. How will we take care of this issue in the future? Funding to any and all conferences will not affect the borough of Austin. We lack funding in all areas, keeping funding as plentiful for the borough needs. In the future, there is a conference to go to. Is there any way council member could watch and stream from their live streaming services instead of spending borough funds? There are many ways to get the Austin name out there without needing to spend our funds or receiving bad rumors from conference regardless of its hearsay or truth. Sincerely, Shannon Hausler. Anybody would like to take a look?
Okay, I didn't know if it was in
I didn't see-
everyone's.
I didn't have one
Yeah.
in mind, so
Oh,
I
I thought it was just in mine, that's why I
Yeah.
handed him mine, so. Well, to address the streaming one, I can tell you this, no. You can watch the replay on PCN and live, but only of the, panels. It's not interactive. If you're a voting delegate, you're there. You vote in person. When we voted me to go as voting delegate, the conference is part of that deal. So, I did provide a summary report of all the meetings attended and the contacts established during the conference, and printed copies were made available to the public as well of everything that I learned. Not everything, but the high level overview, yes. But I will recuse myself from any further discussion on this, other than to say, ask the question, Kurt Lowe goes to conferences all the time for his job, and it does not go through this council. So we would have to apply the same standard across the board. You okay, Jim?
My chair.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
So
sell,
this-
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't go
sell
down.
this chair.
This one's go down, so.
One's too high and one's too
I know.
low.
Like about 2 times over here.
Okay, so,
Okay, certainly we need to create a standard. I think this was new to the council, on what we did, but in the future, there needs to be a form submitted to us on what that particular individual is requesting, whether that's mileage, where you're staying, I don't know, quick word to that,
Room and board.
room and board and everything.
Basically a whole
There,
trip
there
report.
needs to be that information provided to us so that we can have a dollar value that we approve prior to going. And certainly hotel costs should all be expendable, mileage down and back, if you take a Google search, or some things we can do there, we've gotta be better in the future. Okay, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. As far as us sending people and attending certain things, that still needs to be, our decision, but it needs to be a decision that is, vocal and available to the public. So we've made a certain decision based on that regardless of our funding, because we have seen, and this is what she's pertaining to, I said at the last meeting, we've seen some results of us taking place and being involved in some of these meetings. The McWalk Pack meetings that we attend, there's a charge for the dinner, mileage, and there's no one that's come to this, back to this council and has asked to be refunded for that. And, so again, that's being done out of, people trying to make things better. There is no pay for what we do, but we are accountable to the public, and I actually think that needs to be, put in place. And I'm sure the bigger areas already have something that we can get out to. And if that is not done ahead of time, I make the motion that we create a system, put in place, and if it's not done in order, then the council will not be responsible to make that payment at that time. That's a motion that I have on the table.
okay,
I'll second.
okay. Motion by Jesse, seconded by Scott, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm going to abstain. I'll fill out my, cause it directly impacts me, so, and previous things. So,
Fill out your paper and
yep.
Fair enough?
Jesse, are you able to maybe reach out to Stretch and see what Emporium's policy
Yep.
is?
I can do that.
Now, granted, Stretch is a borough manager, but I'm sure there's
He has
something.
contacts with people within the
Oh,
office.
Yeah,
he can make it happen, I'm sure.
but,
That'll
Yeah.
satisfy a proper question and make us better moving forward.
did we address everything on there then,
Well,
Matt?
I was gonna say,
I
to go
butchered
back,
it up,
did
but-
we look at the March minutes to see if we in fact approved to fund it?
Rhonda?
It was approved to go.
But was it approved to fund it?
No, there was no actual notice of it. We sent the delegate.
This is what the meeting notice stated, under new business. PSAB meeting and resolution. Jen Dean Inman delegated to the PSCB conference to represent Potter County boroughs. Motion for Jen Dean Inman to be the voting delegate by Jesse Valeni, seconded by Tom Hurt, all in favor. Motion carried. The only thing additional to that was conferences May 31st, 2026 through June 3rd, 2026. Now, that can be interpreted a couple ways.
Right.
It's that simple. But, we, at the time, I believe they needed our approval to be a voting down there, and that was the resolution that we had to pass to get on the record.
Correct, okay. So to fully answer that, it was not voted that we actually were going to fund it, nor were we probably aware that that's speculation.
everybody knew how much it was gonna be, cause you all had the flyers for the conference with your packets.
But we, speculation council probably didn't think they were gonna be footing the bill.
Yeah, I can't read minds, but yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Everybody had the information.
That's why our new system,
Right.
and I think the total number, whatever that is, needs to be read and provided to the public.
Yeah, it was,
Because I myself sitting here right now, I do not know that number, and we should have a total number. Now, the last meeting, we approved the mileage, and that was me knowingly approving the mileage, or that would have been included in the original, and that wasn't, so for that to be separate.
Rhonda actually read the amount, I think, at the last
Isn't
meeting,
it like
it
$800?
was 1,000 something,
and that included the mileage, right?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so, that's where we're at.
and that was split among 4 accounts, I apologize, 4. So, water, sewer, general, and special mileage.
Yeah, I'd like when I go for work, at work, I have to fill out a report, before I go, like a request,
You work?
occasionally. But it's,
They took her air conditioning,
conference
she
and how
doesn't
much
work.
it is and mileage, anything that might come up.
Reason, everything, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all, and again, the reason was dictated, I'm not even, you know, I'm not
Yeah,
even
no,
saying
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I mean, it was clear what we were trying to accomplish.
Just needs to be an expense.
That's all.
That's all.
Okay?
Okay,
Plain and
Nothing.
simple.
I think I think that's it, I
okay,
think that's our answer.
$1,079 total.
okay,
Okay.
alright.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you, Rhonda. You know, and that brings me back, by the way, I did forget to read off the approved numbers for the treasurer's report, so let me do that real quick, if you'll apologize.
Here, Jen,
Huh? Oh, I got it.
okay.
So the ending balance of the general fund after all bills are paid is $1,326.82. The ending balance of the water fund is $3,637.11. And the ending balance of the sewer fund is $15,819.27. So, that will be changed out after the meeting and posted in the window.
And, not to add to it, but,
Yeah.
them numbers are going to bring, forward some additional action
Yes.
relevant to our expenditures for the rest of the year.
Okay. Correspondence done, open to the public. Not many. Anything? Okay. Moving on. Old business. Just a reminder that Austin Cleanup Days is July 24th, 25th, 26th. The new fee is $20 per load, and that will go up on the Facebook page this week as well.
I do have cameras that look there now.
What?
And I do have cameras that look there now.
Oh, okay, 'cause I was going to loan my cameras also.
I was asked numerous times at my business if I was gonna sell the $20 vouchers like I do the garbage stickers, because there's numerous people ask because they don't get home until after 5 o'clock to come here to, I don't know if there's a way we can,
I'm okay.
I was
I
gonna
can give-
stop.
Yeah.
I'll give you a receipt book. and
Yeah,
you
if
do
that's
it.
something that the borough would be, cause there's lots of people that don't get here until
Yeah.
after you're already gone, if,
It's,
I think that's a great idea.
it's wonderful to make a motion
Yeah.
to that effect.
I make a motion that we allow
Matt?
Interested
Yeah.
businesses,
Yeah.
that way we don't have to
Right.
do them individually.
That's why I was trying to come up
That
with,
also-
I didn't wanna do it
Thank
just
you, Scott.
the
Yeah.
yeah,
sell
I
our
understand, I just was bringing it
garbage
up that
stickers.
one, I probably wouldn't have, but it was a handful.
No, it's a good-
so
it's a good
it-
deal.
It made
And
sense.
Is there a second on the floor?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jess. All in favor to allow Matt to sell the, cleanup day vouchers?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
And we'll have make
Okay.
that same offer to,
Any other,
Perry's and wherever other garbage stickers are at.
I'm the only one that
Yeah,
sells it.
he's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's it then,
So
well, that's
that's-
fine, well, then,
Perry's
then,
doesn't even have them.
okay, well, then that takes care of that problem, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
we'll just leave it at that.
Very
Yeah.
good, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
You're
That's
welcome.
awesome. Ordinances that passed last meeting, obviously we're past July 1st. Is there anyone willing to make a motion to put a moratorium on enforcement until after July 1st due to the lateness of getting things sorted?
I wasn't here, so what are those two ordinances?
And
So
I-
that's the rental registration ordinance and the business license ordinance.
I'd like to understand the
Yeah.
enforcement. How do we know, I mean, we know mine, and that's fine, but how do we know who's where and who owns, and I mean, how's that in depth going to be addressed so that we are realizing the entire
So,
income?
Vice President Lightly did the research and I was not involved in it. She identified the companies. I don't have that number.
That's fine.
The rental registry, I believe you have record of, Rhonda, through water and sewer, correct? Yeah. So we have a means of checking who has what. We know which ones are the rentals. Now, obviously, if new rentals spring up, we'll have to find out about them. But that's essentially how.
Okay.
And everyone will be receiving a letter, whether you're a business or a landowner or rental owner or both, with the appropriate information, but I need a moratorium on enforcement prior to sending those letters, please. Anyone willing to make that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Jesse. Any second?
Second.
Thank you, Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, any opposed? Okay.
Could you define the word moratorium?
I wanted to ask.
A pause.
Okay.
I thought,
A
but I'm pretty,
pause on enforcing.
You might have to dumb it down a little bit.
thanks for, asking.
That would have been nice to ask.
Before
Right.
you voted.
I know.
But that's all
I
right.
figured it wasn't like super. Although moratorium sounds like a mort or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
beginning, that's kind of.
Essentially, if you're going on the Latin root of it. Okay, so the bids. I'm going to address the wastewater treatment plant one first, and this came from Ryan Wright, who is the engineer on that, and essentially, we have 0 bids. Ryan would like the council to kindly consider extending the bid period to the next meeting, which is August 4th, in order to allow, there is one potential bidder, but he spoke with Sadacog, which is who administers the community block development grant. There's a lot of new paperwork involved in doing the bidding, and they are willing to work with this person to submit a bid, but we need a few more weeks. So if anyone is willing to make that motion to extend to August 4th, the bidding time, I can let Ryan know.
I make the motion that we extend the bid time to August 4th
I wish it was October,
to
no.
allow additional timing for a bid to occur.
Thank you,
I'll
Jeff.
second that.
Thank you, Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the big one. Jesse and Scott have the road re-engineering bid packages in front. We actually received five bids through Penn Bids. However, part of the stipulation of the bid was you can't write a grant without knowing the cost. 3 were automatically disqualified because they only submitted the engineering fee. So the only 2 viable packages come from JHA Companies and Barry Isett and Associates. It is the unanimous recommendation of the Infrastructure Committee to go with Barry Isett. And that is the Infrastructure Committee's recommendation due to the fact, mind you, both companies came out to the borough, walked the roads, looked at the water damage, looked at the stormwater issues, looked at swales going up to people's property.
They're both outstanding companies.
They are. The thing that pushed Barry Isit over the edge just a smidge more is that they went road by road, submitting line by line item cost, built in a 25% contingency cost, because this is going to be multiple years based on funding cycles and ability to get funding. And we're cobbling together a lot of grants to get the funding for this. So they graciously added that contingency price. We'll go with the bottom price, but as with any grant, we might not have to spend that much. The other thing that is nice about the Barry Isit package is because he went road by road, line by line, we can pick and choose what roads to do first. As remains, until we do remove the grinder pump on Foster, there's little we can do down there yet.
So that's gonna be that.
There's some stuff they might be able to do prior to the removal of the grinder pump, such as putting curbing to mitigate some of the water.
Drainage.
Yeah, drainage, those things. But to fully rip up, repave, we don't wanna rip up a road twice if we can help it, Jim.
I understand that.
So,
But the packet that Scott has is very, very detailed, and they're both really
they
well.
really are
put together.
extremely well put together. I, for one, thoroughly like the graphics on JHA's that showed, specific what the engineering would look like for the roads, how to crown, how the drainage would work. It was really a tough choice.
Okay,
So,
those three that were not allowed to do a proper bid because of issues on submission.
they were allowed to do a proper bid. They did not. They submitted only their engineering fee.
Understood.
Yeah.
So that was decided by who?
That was decided by the criteria set forth in pen bids of the RFP.
Was there someone other than the infrastructure that made that decision is what I'm trying to find out?
No,
Okay. So, but that is a proper decision you're telling me?
that is a proper decision
Okay.
because they did not follow the outline of
Okay.
the RFP.
And this Barry ISET, where are they out of?
Originally, they are out of the main line, but their closest office is in Bloomsburg.
Area.
Yeah, Bloomsburg area.
Okay.
And JHA is out of Montrose, which is up in Pocono, north of the
And
Poconos.
which is the, had the lower bid?
The lower bid, I believe, was Barry Isit in terms of the engineering fee. Scott, you can go to the engineering page, it should be the
Oh.
first one.
What, go over here?
Interest, understanding and approach.
Engineer here. No, that's just on that one, right?
No,
these
there
two are
is
the
an
only ones we're
overall
dealing with,
page.
right?
Correct.
What was that?
I'm just saying, the two bids we got, are the only ones we're dealing with, correct?
They're really tenders, cause those ones didn't provide the complete, what they were asking for.
This the
The
one you're
RFP,
talking about?
request for proposal,
Um,
outlines what they need.
no, there should be one page that had the overall.
No, I didn't run across that yet.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of big price tags all adding up.
Yes,
I'm like,
yes, they are, listen,
There's
doing
a lot of
roads is not
There's
cheap.
some big numbers in there.
mhm.
One of the, here we go, this one. Okay. There we go. And I apologize, we did this a while ago.
So what were the other three lacking that these ones have?
They have all of the actual costs to do the roads.
They only did the engineering cost, and they
So
didn't,
none
and
of,
that
like,
was
the-
it. They didn't,
Mhm.
but they didn't send along
Like the
anything other
phase
than
one,
engineering
phase
costs.
2
10% of
and
the
3,
100%
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So
just
the very,
them
There
three
it is.
there only sent
Um,
engineering costs only.
The preliminary engineering final design construction oversight estimate for this one, somebody have a calculator out, please.
I can get one, right?
Thank you.
My screen's all cracked, it don't work. out
Okay.
today, so.
Ready?
Phase 1 is 162,000. Phase 2 is 109,000. And phase 3 is 89,000. That is just the engineering fees. The recommended improvement is roughly 4 million for the entire town.
So 360,000 for those first numbers you gave me.
Yes.
And then
so,
you can add the 4 million.
yes. There's that. We asked for examples of other, here, and I'll send this over to you. Let's see.
Oh, here's the original.
Oh,
I didn't see what you were looking for.
that's alright. I'm sorry, guys, I should have had this ready.
It's been a while.
It has. It really has. It really has. No, it was originally on here. That's road by road.
Yeah, all I seen was road by road. That's just proposal, but I didn't see nothing here.
It sneaks in. This is when that's got the ADA, condition analysis, preliminary engineering report, deliverables, project phase. That's the proposed, here it is. Okay, Amanda, got your calculator?
Yep.
Okay, phase 1, 78,000.
Mhm.
Phase 2, 60,000. Phase 3, 99,500.
And those are just engineering.
That's just the
costs.
engineering fees. Now,
237,500.
there you go.
How much?
$237,500. Do they have another? Do they have a 4 million one like the other one?
So the other one, the one for JHA, if you turn to their phases, they have mins and they have estimates for the actual road work. They didn't do the work that Barry Isett did.
Yeah, they have the.
Well, this
Yes,
one is
the
putting out the
preliminary.
exact price for
Yes.
each road.
With
Yeah.
a contingency.
But then you gotta put,
With a contingency.
We don't know
So-
that entire
But-
number, it's not
Right,
able to be
I
discussed right
understand
now,
that.
that's what I'm saying.
Their
But-
contingency.
but
Do they have in
then
there?
on top of these numbers though, then there's the engineering costs that you're talking about too.
Correct.
Oh, so that
Well, I'm looking at some of
360
these
is that the engineering cost?
Well,
or-
that's
That's
not
the
the point.
engineering fees I
Yeah,
gave you.
360 for.
So 360 is the engineering fees
Right here,
Plus.
some of these.
plus the stuff that's in there.
One street.
Ta-da. Okay. And do they have contingency of 25%? But
They-
is
We're
it
talking.
Correct.
Like.
if it doesn't get done for 2 years and it goes up 30%, they charge us 30.
Right.
Okay.
But,
But it's for planning.
yes.
Okay.
Because right now, when they did this pricing, we were at, let's just say, the height of the Iran conflict, and asphalt is heavily dependent on petroleum-based products. So, they put that contingency in there, which is a fair contingency, honestly, whereas JHA did not.
Oh, I get it, I wish
Yeah.
Bassett would've put contingencies in, but they didn't.
I mean, that-
But I understand that, I'm just saying, trying to do,
The reason the infrastructure committee recommends Barry Isett over JHA is simply because A, they did go road by road, put the line by line iteming as well as the contingency in.
well, I'm not disagreeing with that, what's the infrastructure's thought process? What are you wanting to do?
We're bringing
Three
you our.
different stages, or?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
What's,
Well,
Well,
that's the luxury of his,
Yeah.
you can mix and match and, okay, say something come up, we wanted to pick Foster Street first instead of Summit Street or whatever, you can mix and match them, and there's no direct order or whatever. That's a little bit nicer about his proposal than,
or more accurately, such as with the multimodal fund that we just got for Garrettson and Horn Hollow, we put in for both, but we only got enough to do Garrettson. So if we only get partial funding, we can pick and choose what streets to do based on the funding we have. Obviously, Turner is a priority, so is Foster, so is Barnett. There
Every
are,
street,
what?
every street.
Not every street needs a lot of work, and that's one of the things that is on here, you know?
I don't care if they fix mine, when
So
people
Summer
go
Street needs
slow.
work,
It
Summer
does
Street
need
needs
work,
work.
it keeps
Yeah.
people slow.
But again, you know,
Oh, okay,
we can triage better
Right.
with this
Yeah.
versus that.
yeah, I appreciate, the committee's information, I didn't get, in the end, what the total numbers were, and that's one of the first things that they ask, and I can't answer that question at this time.
I have the numbers for Berry Isid are there, and I gave Amanda the numbers from
Right.
JHA.
I understand that,
JHA's
but
was
I don't know
estimated.
if one's less than the other, because we can't
These
report
are
it,
just
can we?
engineering
Right.
costs.
Yes.
The engineering cost of this one is less,
Right.
but you don't have, I mean, you're saying, so what you're saying is this one does have the actual, like,
Road by road.
estimated.
so I guess
Yeah.
what I'm with Jesse on, what I would like to see out of this was
Mm-hmm.
the total of whatever that comes to and the total of whatever this comes to with engineering costs and road costs.
And then your
whatever.
recommendation, and I
your
have something to vote
recommendation,
on
then we
right
can
now, I
at
don't.
least say one way or the other on these two, and then figure out how you want to plan it for your stage 1, 2, and 3. I'm okay with that, but right now, yeah, we can't really make an informed decision because we would have to add up all these numbers to see what the number difference is between that one and this one.
you
So, like,
want-
This
sorry.
one is the recommended improvement. The recommended improvement estimate is like how much it would. Does that include? That doesn't include the engineering costs.
Nope, and it doesn't include any contingency.
So this.
And it
Which
doesn't.
is fine. If they didn't
Yeah.
have a contingency, then note
Right.
that.
But if they
it's-
came out
it's
like
not.
tomorrow, then it could. Turner and Northern Elevation could potentially cost us $1,613. No, that's a big number. $1,613,000, like plus the 162,000
Yes,
just for that one.
yes.
When do you need this,
So
Oh.
that feeds into the motions that are below, and that is the multimodal fund grant that I have started. That is due July 31st.
okay.
So if we were to sit here and accept one of these tonight, are we actually
That's
putting
the one
any money?
she's gonna put. No.
I'm sorry?
Are we actually on the hook to put any money out?
No.
If we
No,
accept, if we
no.
accept to go with them,
It's
we're not
just
putting any
right,
money.
Okay,
grant.
so in the pen bids RFP, it's explicitly said, there is no money, it is 100% grant funded. So these guys came out and did this work knowing that there's a very good, grants are the lottery.
Right.
Especially when you go into transportation grants and infrastructure grants. Now, on the plus side, we have both a state and federal administration that wants to bolster rural infrastructure. And this is a great time to take advantage of it. So that's the good news. And the first grant I'm going for, yes, is DCED Multimodal Fund. PennDOT Multimodal is going to be another. I'm working with DCED to identify additional funding methods. We
What was-
also have federal grants we can get into.
Art, I guess, can we make a motion that states to proceed with the DCED funding? Do we have to, at this moment, state which company we're going with? They need to know that, or can you
No.
just put in, that's my point,
I
so
just
let's
need-
not hold
but-
this up.
Well,
Right.
here's the thing, I just need the numbers.
Right.
Yeah,
The numbers
exactly,
could
that's
be
my
quite a
point.
bit different.
You only need the numbers, let's not sit now and,
Okay,
I think we know where we wanna go, but I don't, let's not confuse
Okay.
the motion you need.
okay.
So I make a motion that we, provide the numbers that's required to apply for the DCED grant funding
Okay,
that we got on the, bids that were,
submitted.
received and properly submitted.
Would you like me just to write the grant with the largest number?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
alright,
Yeah,
so,
always go with the largest. because-
so, in that case, so I understand the motion correctly, to table making a decision on the engineering company and proceed with submitting the multimodal grant to DCED for the roads using the high amount.
Correct, the information that we've been provided.
Which will probably
should
be
allow us
this
to-
one, is, from what I'm hearing out of you, because they build in the 25%,
Contingency.
so
Right.
I'm okay with that.
And I'm fine
Yeah.
with that too. And then
So-
it would appear probably in the end, that's who we'll go with, but let's just get done what you need
Right.
done.
Okay, so Jesse made the motion to table the decision on the engineering services and proceed with the multimodal fund using the highest amount we have.
I'll say.
I say.
Amanda beat you to it.
Yeah, and I don't even want to say that, I don't want in there that we've tabled anything. My motion is simply to say,
Yeah, I wouldn't
that
even
we are
write that.
because that way, they're not looking that we turn them down or anything like that. If you wanna send a note telling them that
We have,
they're,
so,
that
the,
they're in the final, so be it.
the
you know?
well, these three were already notified as
Right.
soon as they were DQ'd on pen bids.
Yep.
The final date that, and it's a goalpost, it can be moved,
Yes,
we had in there was August 31st to make a decision on the engineering.
perfect, and that's exactly how we wanna
Okay.
proceed.
So what do we wanna
Alright.
do to satisfy,
He made the motion to do the multimodal
right,
fund.
but to go forward, like, yes, what?
I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Alright.
they're, and these are available here
Right, understood
to
that.
look through,
I'm only
whatever.
taking.
So we have a motion, a second?
Yes,
Yes.
all in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
That's a lot
Aye.
of numbers, Scott.
I'm only
That's a
taking
lot of numbers.
these numbers,
You and
right?
I?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, okay,
Thank you.
any nays? Any abstentions? Motion carries, we will go after the multimodal fund, the DCED multimodal fund, using the highest amount.
I'm ignoring this minimum investment, correct? I'm
Yeah,
just
I
using
would,
this number and that number.
I
Okay,
would.
and you already gave me these numbers here.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Kathy?
Quick question, is there any term of expiration on the RFPs or anything? Good.
No. And that was one of the things that we said in there, this is a 3 to 5 year project, it is what we're figuring, but I mean, with any grant, it depends on funding cycles.
Right.
Case in point, the LSA grant that we applied for last November is still pending review. And that's due to the 100+ day holdup with the state budget. So everything with grants, if there's one person holding up the budget, everything gets moved back, so they're aware.
Now, have we ever heard anything, have you heard anything negative about these two companies?
No,
Did you check the references?
we did,
And again,
Jen
we'll have
called.
time to do so.
yes. And you guys are welcome to call for references as well. Now, I will say Barry Isett does have a code enforcement division and an inspection division. I don't know about JHA, but they did let us know they have that,
Okay.
so.
I'm sure they're both big names, they're very both.
Alright.
Well, Barry
Represent
Isett's been around for about 70 years, so.
I'm sure they got a well enough price on it too.
Oh, yeah.
The other motion that I am requesting, and it's been in the news, if you've heard about the $200,000 for Main Street Matters that McKean and I think Elk County or Warren County got for Main Street Matters, it is for facade repair, and it requires a match from the business owners, but we can do a similar deal where we put in for a grant. Business owners, as long as they're willing to put forth $5,000 to match $5,000, because you can only do up to 10, they can also have money to start fixing up the facades on Main Street. There's also, I have to go back to my notes from Christie, there's also as of July 1st, the business improvement grant, that's that one, just opened, and the district improvement grant opened. And then we also have the STMP program that we can apply for, and we can apply for a waiver on the match. So I would just need a motion if the council is interested in me going after the Main Street Matters grants. Jesus.
I make a motion that, you file for the MSM Main Street Matters grant.
Oh, it's grants, plural.
Grants.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any nays? Motion carries. Okay, Mr. Mayor.
I have nothing.
Okay. The junior council people did not type up anything prior to them leaving on their scouting trip. However, they did meet and came up. I can give you kind of a rough outline of what they agreed on. One of the things they would like to take on, in fact, they have 3 projects they would like to take on over the next year. The first is a youth makers market. So we have a lot of youth who are entrepreneurial and they make things. 3D printing, bracelets, crochet. They would like to have, similar to how we had the beautiful A250 celebration this past weekend, we had vendors, they would like to have the youth come down. Another thing that they were interested in was the Savvy Citizen app and looking at funding for the Savvy Citizen app. And that is the one that I spoke about last meeting, where you just scan a QR code with your phone and any urgent messages just gets pushed out to your phone. The other that they would like to take on is the website. So we do have a .gov website that I reserved, and it is austinborough.gov. It just doesn't have a domain host yet. So they would like to identify that, and I will let them speak on that when they have a better idea. They would also like to do themed months. So July and August would be the theme of governance, learning how the council governs, what the agency is. In September, Public Works, October, Sewer and Water, November, grantsmanship, December, off. The reason November for grantsmanship, because that is the least detailed grant that I have to write, and that is the local share account grant. January, they are aiming to launch Savvy Citizen. February, we will reopen applications for JCP, and they would like to do a school presentation. March, they would like to visit a neighboring township, and they suggested Keating to see how a township meeting is run versus a borough council meeting. So that is what I have for JCPs.
Very nice, and it's nice to see them already engaged and putting some thought process
Sorry,
into
but I
it.
don't
It's very
see
nice.
stuff for this. Where's all the numbers?
It's literally built into the bottom of the pages.
Scott, I already have it done.
You
Yeah.
got your whole
Yeah,
numbers?
she was
Yeah.
doing it.
Oh, okay. I got my
It's,
whole
that
numbers.
one's in the gray area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't understand how
Yeah.
they were doing
So-
theirs.
Herb inspections, we have one from Herb. Dear Austin Borough, this letter is checking for your approval to demolition of a single Single-family dwelling on Pierce within your municipality. Adam Earl's project is located at 81 Goodyear Terrace, Austin, PA 16720. We have contact information. Please be reminded these requests are for you as local official to verify that all other requirements such as zoning, wetlands, subdivision, water, sewer, and floodplain where applicable. These are all more localized requirements that vary county to county and municipality to municipality. Please respond back to this email whether lack of approval or appropriate approval has been granted. Have a great day. This is for Adam's trailer, Rhonda?
Trailer at the top of the
The
hill.
one on the top there.
Okay.
We're getting rid of it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just want
to get rid-
demolish. Or
yeah.
Demolition.
Yeah.
Same as always, if it's properly disposed of,
You know
That's
how
your
old-
motion?
yeah,
Okay,
properly disposed of, why not?
If it's properly disposed of, yeah, I agree with it.
alright, is that a second, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I see no nays, so motion carries. Adam can demolish. Well, this can go back to
He
her.
is out of the floodplain, so I think we're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
If he's flooding, we're
We're in
all
trouble.
just to go back to this
Yeah,
real quick.
sure.
So you have all your total numbers.
He is.
So the one from Barry Bissett comes to, this is with
ISET.
all fees. ISET.
This is
why did I
with-
say Bissett?
I don't know.
No, I know.
Oh, I put a B there.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't want that.
Oh.
$8,705,847.92.
And that's
That
new
would be
every
for
single
everything.
road. Okay.
With engineering fees
Okay,
and the 25% built in.
okay.
I know it's a shocker, but that's 25%.
It's a shocker,
built
but
in.
that's actually reasonable.
Well, I'm way below you. I'm coming in at $3,939,585.
But no contingencies
No
and
3
no,
million, what was it?
939,585.
Okay.
but no contingencies and no breakout per road.
Correct. It was just 3 phases.
And numbers to be confirmed pending proper,
Vetting.
review.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
check that one.
I want them
Okay.
numbers.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's the one that can sneak up on you and add a whole bunch of extra shit at the end.
That's kind of why I like the transparency of Mary ISIT, is that it's all laid out. So, alright. Fire department.
The only thing I have is we had 16 EMS calls for the month of June. 21 fire calls, 5 of which were in the borough. It included 2 trees down, 2 medical assists, and 1 with wires down.
I was gonna say, what we have in the borough? No fires, though. That's good. Alright.
Is that it for the fire department?
I
'Cause
believe so.
I do wanna
Oh.
revisit a
Sure.
discussion from last meeting, the fire that we had over here.
92 Thorn.
Yeah, I reached out to Kurt, and 1 foot on the reservoir is 9,000 gallons. Scott, I think, is, was attributed with this information as well. We went through 3 feet, which is approximately 27,000 gallons. He said, taking into consideration the rest of town is also using water, so realistic neighborhood of more of like 24 to 25,000 gallons of water attributed to that incident over there. Okay, we were building back and have been building back. I guess what I wanna see is get into play here. I think with any effort whatsoever, a hose could have been ran to that creek, straight shot to the back, as well as it could have been sent to the fire hydrant. So, and again, it's behind us, but I think we need to be looking at what's in place, how's it in place, and again, I don't want you running to look for water off the creek because a fire is burning and saying, well, Jesse said. I'm just asking for, you guys have good committees, is to come back to something that makes sense. There's gonna be locations within this, town that you can't get to creeks. So you're going to use what water you need. Now, the other thing Kurt, I think, had, just stated is that there is also a DC, excuse me, Department DEP number, I just had to get the letters in my head, DEP number that we cannot go below.
Yes.
So that is, governs it to a point anyways. So, and I think it was 14 feet. I think that would be half if I remember it in my head, so we'll look that up or get that information. But I don't wanna let that thing die, because hearing that, you know, we just come out of the hot thing, obviously now there's flooding in the area, and that's potentially good news, but not for people that are being flooded out, but just, I just think there's something we gotta do there. And I'd like for you to potentially come back, and in the meantime, we can see, and try to come to an agreement that works for everybody.
Just to add to that, just a couple questions. Did Kirk confirm though that he was in contact and said everything was good?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I know from what the guys talked about, Austin is the only ones who did the initial attack by using the hydrants.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody else shuttled, so.
Okay.
So
And again,
take
that
not
part
necessarily
is
taking when
news
it's
to
fully
me.
involved,
Right, we were
Kurt?
the only ones that
Fully
used it.
involved, you're gonna take that water source that's right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
On
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to take it anywhere, but once you're engaged,
Absolutely.
I think-
there's additional labor or people,
Yeah.
firemen that can run it over and say, okay, we're ready to come online, let's go online.
Go to a secondary.
Right.
Yes,
That's
that's
a-
all I'm asking.
That's a discussion
I think
we
what
can have
Jesse's getting
internally.
at is more once the initial attack and the knockdowns
Oh,
happened.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
and we
fight
have
your fire, you have to.
delayed coming
Set up your
in,
secondary
yeah.
water.
At the beginning.
Fight
we
the fire,
started
you
with
have
5
to.
people.
And I'm
Yeah, I
sure
know.
I'm back and
I
forth.
know.
I
Sometimes
appreciate
not
it.
even
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And that is how we
Got an
operate.
application for you.
It was real interesting.
Got an application for you.
I was actually down.
Application to the
I was
fire
at my
hall
house
for
and
you.
down there, and
Yeah,
Sometimes
you're not
we start-
playing on
No,
me.
I'm just saying, we start out with 5
Yeah.
or 6, and
I woke
you
up
do
and
what
was
you
like-
do until you can, I get what you're
Anything-
saying, we can look at it.
Again, it's just something that should be evaluated.
Yeah.
For us to have that discussion last meeting and
Yeah.
to let it die and no be
No,
step any
I-
further,
Absolutely
I'm not gonna
right.
do that, so that's why I asked it.
Absolutely
thank you.
right, Jess. All right. Anything else for fire? Okay. Infrastructure report. Jen apologizes again. Did not get it done. She was tied up with the scouts this past weekend. Just 2 things of big note. One, our second Penvest meeting is tomorrow morning. And the second is that we need a motion to authorize the solicitor to execute liens against delinquent sewer and water accounts.
I'll make a motion.
Now,
Thank you.
that, how's that money,
That comes out of the sewer fund, sewer and water fund accordingly.
is it ever, recouped back to us? And we could have my understanding is you could have a verdict or in your favor and still not recoup a penny.
Right.
So,
I'm just trying to understand
no,
it
that's
because,
fine. So, I gotta think how to word this without giving away too much, cause it's litigation.
yep,
He is a flat fee for what we're asking, per lien that's being executed. It would be essentially a sheriff's sale, a writ of execution. There are, my husband's gonna kill me if I get this wrong, 2 different kinds of writs of execution, is my understanding. One is real estate, one is property. It would be the solicitor's determination whether to file for both, and the court's determination based on the amount of the lien. If they can't recoup it in sheriff's sale, that they would then recoup through real estate. At that point, should, and this is a big should, I'm not alluding to anything, if the borough comes into possession of real estate, we can open it up to a bidding process and recoup the money that way.
okay, next question. Is it something that we wanna do all at once, or do we wanna
No,
take?
actually, the solicitor recommended to take the top 3 or 4.
Thank you, cause that's my
Yes.
recommendation, is we go after
Because-
the top X
Yes,
to see how this goes instead of opening us up to several.
it is his recommendation to
Thank
do
you.
the top 3 or 4, and hopefully everyone will see the seriousness of this, that Austin is not playing around anymore. So, and pay your bills.
So we need a motion to
Send these to the
set,
solicitor.
and it would be that we should specify the number that we are,
The cap on like 2 or 3.
No more than.
Top
Right.
2 or 3.
yes, or whatever our number would be, that we gotta give him that number so that,
You know,
I
covered
would
by-
recommend no more than 4.
So make a motion, we send the top, up to the top 4.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. And second,
I'll second.
thank you, Matt. All in favor? Aye. Alright,
Do you have an updated amount for the sewer and water?
I do not. No,
Can we get that, please?
nope. That falls under public utility. We cannot disclose confidential information.
No, I'm not talking individual, I'm talking as a whole.
Oh,
Like we've done.
okay.
Total.
That, I defer to my open records officer on that
Yeah,
one.
no, not individual.
Okay. Alright. Good of the order, informational. In the last 3 weeks, we have experienced 2 major outages, and I say major because it lasted longer than 6 hours. Heck, one lasted a day. I did call at 9:20 at night to West Penn and spoke with them ad nauseum. That's Latin, means at long length. And this is what I was told. Tell your residents to call West Penn Power to request medical necessity forms that can either be filled out by your doctor or by, if you have like Lifeline, you're supposed to have priority, and send them back to West Penn Power. That bumps us up in the triage.
As a whole.
Yes, the community. The more that they have on file, the higher we are priority. So,
Makes sense.
yes.
Please do.
Yes, please.
Well, there was a West Penn truck party happening yesterday, so maybe
Yeah.
they got something done.
Yeah, and they were very nice about it when I spoke with them, but
are they looking for the individual request of the paper?
yes.
Or just the individual return of the paper?
Well, it'd have to be both.
Cause I was gonna say we couldn't request papers here and then.
No,
Okay,
I
I'm just trying
asked.
to, yeah, okay, I just trying to understand.
The actual residents have to call, cause
Okay.
I
Fair
guess, print it with their account number on it,
Okay,
so.
fair enough.
And I mentioned earlier, Senate Bill 1150 did pass. That is the inability to adjust our agenda should we need to the night of. It now sits with the House Local Government Committee, and I suggest you all write to Representative Marty Causer to not vote that in, should it go to the floor.
Do we know how the initial vote went as far as our local,
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I'm sure it's on.
okay.
Yeah, I would check his
Yep.
Facebook or webpage, but. Alright, our next meeting will be August 4th, 2026, here, hopefully the air conditioning will be working. Do I have a motion
Motion
for
adjourned.
adjournment? Thank you, Amanda.
I would like to just simply
Oh.
say to everybody that was involved in the, weekend, and that includes everybody, I don't wanna individually state the organizations, but it was fantastic.
It was outstanding
It was well
turnout.
received, and, I think we've learned a lot again, that we can pull this together and keep us moving in the right direction, so that went big, and that's all I'd like to add. Okay, thank you.
Do I have a second?
Yep.
Thank you, Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
You know how to turn it off. We're all bacon.
I need air.
Bacon.
Excuse me, I gotta get over
No,
there.
I didn't say we're making bacon. I
Bacon's
said we
good on
are
everything.
bacon.
Almost.
Whew.
Scott wants bacon.
Scott wants bacon. Oink
Yeah.
oink.
Hey, buddy.
should